Good morning and welcome to, I think it's day 6 of our top lake rescue video series. So, in the previous videos I've been working on the other side of the lake there, and I've cut the hedge that goes all the way along, and I've cut down a lot of the overgrown shrubs over there. In the first video I started on this side and I cut all the grass, cut everything back. This still needs a revisit because there's still more to do here, but I'm going to continue on because I'm trying to get the worst of it done first before I do a second pass. So I'm on to this section. Now, this section is slightly different to the other side because you still have the large evergreen viburnums that need tackling because they're getting stupidly overgrown. You still have the stupidly long grass. But you also have a lot of these shrubs here, which I have no idea what they're called. They're evergreen, got this lovely little pink flower on them. And they have been swamped out by brambles. I managed to clear this one last year. I say last year, I think it was the year before. But that was as far as I got. This clump here isn't too bad at all. And then when you get down to about here, we start to get trees growing in it. And this clump here, I haven't actually been able to touch since I started. So there is still that shrub in here. That's the shrub there. But it's swamped with ivy, it's covered with trees, it's full of brambles. And then the last clump at the very far end there is even worse still. So yeah, I don't know how far I'm going to get in this video, but I'm going to start from here and work my way along. So I need to take out the willow trees that are growing, I need to trim everything down nicely, and I want to try and take the ivy off of the shrub as well, because that's not going to help it. So yeah, let's make a start on this bit and see how we do. Well, that's just typical. I got onto the interesting bit and the camera battery died. I'm not sure when it died, so I'm assuming you saw what I was doing, which was that mass of brambles there. I was just cutting it down with the hedge cutter because it's a little bit too dense for the strimmer to do anything to. Now I do need to go further with that, but at the moment that's not causing any problems. It is only smothering itself, so I'll ignore that. I'll carry on with the rest of it and come back to that at a later date. Now this here, there is just about some of this shrub left here, so I am trying to save that, but I'm going to have to take these trees down because here we have got a cherry, an oak and a sycamore, none of which we want because we've got this wonderful silver birch here. So if I take those out, that should allow more light into this, and hopefully there's plenty of sprouts on this shrub. Now it's got the light and the air around it should bush out. So yeah, I think I'm going to turn my attention now to a little bit of tree trimming for a while. Well, that is looking so much brighter with those few trees down. So they were all sycamores that I just took down then. And there's another one over there that I want to take down. I just can't quite work out how to get to it at the moment. So I'll get that later. I'm also thinking the willow tree on the other side of this, that massive great big thing over there, wants to go. But again, that's a job on its own. So not today. But yeah, you might have noticed the top of this sycamore here is dead. Now that's nothing too much to worry about. It's not disease or anything. But for some reason this year the squirrels have gone mad and have been stripping the bark off of all the trees. Now it is known for squirrels to strip the bark and eat, because what they do is they peel off the bark and they take the brown layer off and they eat the green from underneath it, which absolutely fine. I haven't particularly noticed it in the past, but this year they seem to be going mad and they've done it to so many trees. But what's happened here is from about here they've gone all the way around the tree, so anything above that hasn't got any nutrients going to it, which is why it's died off. So it's not dangerous, it's not a problem to the tree as such. You can see on the lower sections here, even the big stuff, they have stripped big chunks off. Now the tree would continue to grow because all of this is still intact. It's only when they go all the way around that it'll actually kill the tree, but obviously that is a source for infections and things like that to get in and damage the tree, so it's not good for them. But yeah, I'm not too worried because at the moment they seem to be sticking to the sycamore. It's only if they move on to some of the nicer trees that I've got a problem, but while they're on the sycamore that's good, because we've got sycamore all through this hedge and it's killed the hedge. So I'd quite like the sycamore to go as well, but problem is you can't quite train squirrels like that. So yeah. Right, let's get this cleared up, and then there's another sycamore and a silver birch over there to go. So I don't know what the bird is that's in this tree, but in this silver birch tree here there's a little bird, and then there's another slightly larger bird keep coming back and forth feeding it, so it's obviously not long-fledged nest, which surprises me because most of the birds went earlier in the year. But yeah, I was going to say it's been quite cold, so it's not that surprising, but I thought obviously the adult's trying to show it, like, here's the food, it's around everywhere, you need to leave this tree. So I thought I'll shake the tree to see if I can get it to move. And it won't let go. Let's see if you can get a closer look. There we go, that was enough to put it off. It's now flown into the willow tree and the rose over here. So I'm happy with that. I can carry on and cut the sycamore and the silver birch here without disturbing the bird. everywhere I'm working there's these tiny little frogs. I say frogs, they might be toads. They must have hatched this year. That must have been this year's tadpole. Oh, there he goes. Okay, well I think that's all I've got time for today. Unfortunately I didn't get the roadside hedge here cut, so it doesn't give quite as much of an impact as I've actually done. But when we come down here, this section here compared to this morning, it's so much better. So I've got rid of all the willow trees and all the brambles that were growing up alongside that. I've tried to remove as much ivy from the middle of the bushes as possible. There's still a little bit in there, but I'm not sure if that's actually just sat on the plant or whether it's actually attached. So give it a couple of weeks, that will either wilt, or if it's still growing well, I'll know it's attached and have to take it off. But this section here, again, this was all for the brambles. So that's all been cleared out. I've taken all the ivy off the trees, taken the chicken wire off from around the bottom of the trees as well. So that's going to all be feeling a lot better. And then this section here, I took a couple of trees down here and a mass of brambles out from there. So this is looking so much better, so much more open. And then obviously we've got the last couple of sections where I've taken a few trees out. Obviously there's not much of a difference when you look at it, but it's a lot brighter comparing it to this morning. So yeah, I'm pleased with the progress I've made so far. So yeah, I am going to carry on. I'm not sure if that's going to be 1 day, 2 days or 5 days to do that lot, because this isn't too bad. This is mostly ivy and a few brambles on the other side, so that should trim up well. The problem is that willow tree, because I want to get rid of that. Then we've got a rose coming across this end here as well. And then this section here, again, that is mostly bramble and another whacking great big willow tree. So yeah, they're going to be big jobs, but they're still to come. So yeah, I'm going to end this video here. If you liked it, do leave a like and do subscribe, and I shall see you later.